Hello everyone. This video is about Sachar Committee suggestions. Suggestions given by Sachar Committee regarding social responsibilities of companies in India. The Sachar Committee was a high-powered committee appointed in 1978 to look into many issues concerning to the Indian companies. The committee inter alia looked into the social responsibilities of companies. Every company, apart from being able to justify itself on the test of economic viability, will have to pass the test of a socially responsible entity. Companies nowadays looking into CSR as an important aspect. It is mainly because the government made it mandatory and not fulfilling these responsibility can create problems to the company. Government has established several committees to deal with many issues concerning Indian companies. CSR is one of the aspect which is considered by these committees. Sachar Committee is established in 1978. It has given many suggestions to companies in different areas. Here in this video, we are going to see only the CSR related suggestions which are given by Sachar Committee. As per the requirements of this committee, apart from justifying themselves as an economically viable organization, the companies have the responsibility to justify themselves as socially responsible too. In this context, it will be judged by various tests dependent upon the circumstances in each company and in each area. Thus, a chemical company which may declare very high dividend may yet be responsible for polluting the water and air and would have to be named as a socially irresponsible company. Similarly, the waste discharge from the factories resulting in the loss of fish and thereby depriving large number of fishermen of their livelihood and also posing a risk to those eating fish would certainly be ranked as irresponsible act. These days, no company these days can disown its social responsibilities. The company can be called as socially responsible only when it fulfills all its responsibility towards all the shareholders or stakeholders. Here the stakeholders may be the investors, that is shareholders, employees, creditors, customers or even general public. Fulfilling some responsibility towards shareholders, creditors, employees and ignoring customers and general public can make the company look socially irresponsible. That's why the committee wants the company to pass the test of socially responsible entity. A chemical factory can be accused of polluting the air or water. Similarly, a factory can be accused of affecting the fisherman's life negatively. For securing socially responsible behavior, the committee was in favor of openness in corporate affairs, that is, adequate disclosure of information for the benefit of shareholders, creditors, workers, and the community. It suggested that social cost benefit analysis, which was one of the prime considerations for investment decisions in public sector, ought to be taken into account in the matter of investment in private sector. Here the committee suggests the company to adopt proper disclosure policy whereby they give details about the activities they are doing for benefiting the society, or we can say as the activities they are doing as a part of their CSR activities. Social activities involves social cost. It also involves certain benefits for the company. The committee suggests the investors to do a social cost and benefit analysis before taking investment decisions. The accountability of the public sector to the people through parliament must find its parallel in the private sector in the form of social accountability, at least to the extent of informing the public about the extent and the manner in which it has or has not been able to discharge its social obligations in the course of its own economic operations. It's in this sense that social responsibility of business, as far as the private sector is concerned, is but social accountability and is a more extension of principle of public disclosure to which the corporate must be subject. Here, just like public sector, private sector is also accountable and answerable to the society. The private sector must inform the extent of responsibility discharged by them. They are also supposed to inform to the public about the activities they have not undertaken due to the pressure of economic operations. It is all about disclosure. We can consider it as an extension over the principle of public disclosure. So we can say the main suggestions of Sachar Committee to the company regarding CSR is public disclosure or openness in corporate affairs. Other relevant suggestions of the committee are as follows. First one, a majority of the population of the country lives in rural areas and its well-being is essential. A company which consciously and with a deliberate choice establishes its business in such areas will certainly be held to have played a more socially responsible role, even though in terms of its returns on its investment it is less profitable than other companies. Here the committee suggests the corporate to establish their companies in rural area in order to improve the well-being of those people who are living in these areas. It may be disadvantageous for the companies in the short run, but it will give better results in the long run. Second one, social responsiveness may also be judged from the policy of employment followed by a company so far as the socially handicapped and weaker section of the community are concerned. Here socially handicapped people are the one who unable to make social progress. We can also call them as the one who feel uncomfortable in social situations. The committee suggests the company to give opportunity to those people who are socially handicapped and we belong to the weaker section of the society as a part of CSR obligation. The test for judging a company's consciousness towards the interest of the public may include the interest it makes in the area of its operation, the welfare of its employees, the spread of adult literacy, and so on. Here the committee suggests the company to prove its social consciousness by improving the welfare of its employees and spreading the literacy in the area of its operation. It should be obligatory on the company to give social report every year showing what extent it has been able to meet its social obligations. The committee suggests the company to prepare social report to show to what extent they have fulfilled their social responsibility every year. Fifth one, while quantifying the contributions the company claims to have made towards social obligations, the social reports specify that no part of the benefits from contributions made by the company gone either to the directors or their relatives or to any associations in which the directors and their relatives have any personal interest. The companies are not supposed to consider the contributions they have made towards the institutions in which they have some personal interest as socially responsible contribution. They should be considered as personal activities and they should not take part in social reports. The Companies Act should be suitably amended, requiring every company to prepare, along with director's report, a social report which will indicate and quantify the various activities relating to social responsibility carried out by the company in the previous year. The committee suggests for making amendment in Companies Act, thereby making it compulsory for the companies to prepare social report along with director's report. These are the other suggestions which are made by Sachar Committee regarding CSR. The major suggestion made by the committee regarding CSR is maintaining openness in corporate affairs. Along with this, the committee also suggested the company to establish their company in rural areas. They should give opportunity to people belonging to the weaker section of the economy. The company should prove its social consciousness by doing good to its employees and society. They should prepare social reports. The company should not consider personal contributions as social contributions. The committee suggested for amendment of Companies Act in order to induce the company to prepare social report every year. These are the different suggestions given by Sachar Committee to the companies regarding CSR activities. It is all about Sachar Committee suggestions. Thank you.